do, works good, about to do, break it down, about to do, works good, about to do, she break it down, about to do, work.
Hello everyone, watching this video. I'm Eric and today we continue to play PES 2018 career mode with much chances. Of course, my memory don't lie to me. In the last episode I said that I'm going to check the transfer offer for Mkhitaryan, and now we're going to do it. We're going to do it immediately. Okay, let's see negotiations. Of course we have some offer from PSG to Mkhitaryan. Let's see actually what's going to be. I'm not pretty sure, but of course let's go that it's going to be something so cool. No, this is going to be, you know, this was the former offer that I actually did, the last one for Gyote. I actually want to take it. Of course Neymar don't accept it. Of course when Neymar accepts, this touched my heart. And of course this 2021 euros, but of course I'm not pretty sure. It's actually or euros or pounds. I'm not pretty sure, because in this game the value is a little bit different. Okay, no matter what, we have match against Leicester City. Let's hope that we're going to take it. And yeah, of course I make only one change in my squad right now. I just put who is it? Yeah, I just changed Mkhitaryan for Mata, and of course I put Nemanja Matic a little bit more forward, you know, to be next to Pogba. Okay, let's say it in this way. And look at that beauty, look at the graphics of this game. It's so heart touching. Okay, with my success, just because I'm going to need this is going to be for sure. Of course, let's hope that we're going to beat them in no time, just because it's going to be the most important thing really that we can do. But of course, if we don't beat them, it's going to be pretty disappointing. This is going to be for sure. So yeah, of course they actually give me some tips. You know, I know how to play this game. You know, I know the tactics, I know all the transfers, I know all this side stuff that you actually teach me to do. But actually I learned them even before. Of course with the transfers, of course if PES actually has the transfer, of course they remove this problem. PES always going to beat FIFA. You know, okay, I just don't talk about the subject of this video, which of course I feel so sorry right now. Now with the ball, let's see right now that Neymar can go more forward to the box. Shot of Neymar, and of course he almost actually here managed to score. That made him more great. You know 0-0 is not always been good result. Of course, yeah, of course we need only one play is going to be enough good. And of course this actually was pretty decent, pretty powerful shot we had from Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but he again don't shoot the ball enough good to you know, to put it at the back of the net. But just because he has so much speed, he has so much technique, and he can beat every opponent player, which of course made him even more dangerous. Let's see now Leicester, and actually they take this chance. Jamie Vardy, he actually, how I said, is pretty good player. He of course achieved to take so hard opportunities, but of course he's probably right now the man in this match that probably going to make the difference. Like that, we actually miss him so much right now. Of course we actually take the ball from the feet of Fakazaki, you know, from his legs, but of course this was not enough, just because actually this was a little bit like that. The Bears that he's going to make something smart, is going to be something great with the ball. Of course this was another shot from the Leicester side. Of course the shot was pretty weak, and it was not a tough challenge for the keeper. He had him this level, you know, to play with head in this way. Of course this was amazing cross right now, and the reaction of the head is really priceless. If you see right now, how I said, the biggest improvement probably in this year's game is not always the graphics and the gameplay. The keepers are unreal. How I said, okay, I repeat this. I don't know why I say that in the same sentence, but of course it's happened. Of course look at that save from the Vintage. Yeah, this is really amazing. And of course he beat free space, exactly this thing going to happen, which of course not going to be so right. Another shot in front of our goal. Of course the video here can continue to be like a wall in front of his goal, which of course going to be so right. Of course this is actually the end of the first half. Pretty disappointing game for now. My expression of the face is pretty disappointing, but let's hope that we're going to turn around things in our side in the second half. Okay, of course this is going to be pretty important to be in, and of course actually the opportunities, all the chances are in their side, which of course will make the match even more easy. You know, it made it even more tough, right? Shifting successfully. Of course this is going to be the first probably I'm going to make only one change for now. We're going to put Anthony Martial on the place, probably on Romelu Lukaku. I know that Lukaku is pretty important, especially the second half is probably the most boring thing. Of course let's see now right now Pogba with pretty awful take right here, and he's going to receive the first yellow card in this match. It's going to be pretty disappointing match, and of course I actually know it. That's why I mentioned it so much times. I don't know why I repeat myself 1000 times, but of course this is not going to be alright. If of course they beat us, this is going to be one of the most disappointing, just because it's going to be too much for me, you know, to after the drum result everyone expect for me. And of course, this was pretty dangerous shot from a pretty big distance, but of course he actually managed to shoot enough good. Look at Jamie Vardy, he turned around immediately and he actually managed to shoot the ball. Of course, the ball goes wide. This, of course, for our happiness right here. Of course, he going to beat us in this match, going to end in their side. Yeah, Leicester City beat us. Of course, this is one of the most big disasters that ever can happen, that the desert can see, which of course is going to be pretty stupid result. Of course, don't even imagine something like this can happen in my way, but of course it happened. You know, it stays in my road, and it was like a boundary, you know, and I can break it with this. What teams we're going to be drawn on the group? I'm so curious to find out. This is going to actually be a tough decision. Oh, this is actually we win in one group with Barcelona, Sporting, and PSV Eindhoven. Of course, it's going to be pretty. This actually is pretty deadly group, you know. Sporting, we're probably going to beat them, but Barcelona is going to be pretty tough. But of course, we actually beat Real Madrid, and why not? We should beat. Of course, Cristiano Ronaldo wins with the best player in Europe. Okay, this motherfucker, come on. Rooney deserves this reward the most. Of course, actually. Going to try the second season to see Rooney again. I know this is going to be actually for some of you, so for some of you that actually watch me, that is going to be a stupid move, but of course for me it's going to be pretty important, just because he is actually the main leader, the main man of this team, and of course I should actually make the better results with the Manchester United. Of course, let's hope now that we're not going to disappoint our fans, just because this is going to be so hard touching win. Of course we want to do it, and of course it's going to be the first one. Of course, let's right now get to the forward time and let's jump in front to the next match, just because it's going to be pretty important if you want to take it immediately. And of course, Mkhitaryan going to play right now, and Lindelof going to play on the place on Luke Shaw, just because Luke Shaw disappointed me so much. It's going to be the two changes, two man changes, and of course we're going to make the different strip right now. They're going to be with the black shirt, just because to make you know, some difference, some, you know, the color to be more different, to make in the most great way possible. Let's hope that our performance is going to be immediately in the most great way possible. It's going to be amazing, it's going to be brilliant, it's going to be fantastic. You know, I actually say so much words in the same sentence. I don't know why I do it. Don't judge me, don't blame me. But of course, let's hope that this match going to be our lucky match. Of course, not lucky. Let's hope that we're going to achieve this win, and we actually don't score a single goal from the beginning of the season, which of course is something so great challenge. You know, he actually stopped him in time, which of course in his side is probably the biggest thing that he can do in his life. Let's see right now, Romelu Lukaku, he passed the ball to Lindelof. He actually crossed the ball to Ibrahimovic, and this is what I want to see. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, the first goal that actually we score like a manager for Manchester United this career. Of course, the first goal in the Premier League, just because before that in the first episode we scored 2 goals against Real Madrid and we beat them on penalties. Of course, this is the first goal. Of course, this is actually probably the key player. This was the golden sub that I actually made before the match, and this actually proved me that I'm wrong, proved me that I actually wrong about my opinion about him. Lindelof with the first assist, and of course this man, the leader, the great man of Manchester United, he made it to score a goal. Amazing performance by everything. So yeah, stay tuned, turn off your notifications, and accept thinking. Of course, Ibrahimovic right now give us an advantage right here. Of course, this is probably the biggest performance right now. The most great performance is on the third match. How I said, actually the 3 is actually my lucky and my most happy number. Of course, they don't have a single opportunity, which of course in our side is probably the most great thing. Of course, we're going to make some changes right here. Let's see now what we're going to do. Probably underwear we're going to be I'm going to change underwear for Paul Pogba. This was actually enough time for Paul Pogba to play on this match, just because he actually started. He's so exhausted. Take advantage on them. Let's see right now. Let's try the long shot. Romelu Lukaku with the shot. It actually, this was pretty decent, pretty good shot. It was on target, which of course his side is the most important. Let's see right now. This actually it is deserved to take a second look on this opportunity, just because it was pretty decent. Look at the shot. Actually I'm going to smash the web. Of course, there was no keeper, but of course this is why actually seeing Lindelof again with amazing performance. Oh, probably this was not Lindelof. I'm so sorry. I actually don't pronounce the name enough good, but of course actually it's a little bit difficult to make it. Of course, I see right now I'm going to put Marcus Rashford on the place with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and probably, let's see, and Juan Mata going to replace Henrik Mkhitaryan. Let's see right now the main man, the priceless man in front of our goal. Of course, we're going to be mixed right now. Let's see right now, this is actually going to work, and of course let's see, and they're going to manage to find it. 1-1. Southampton actually find the equalizer. Yoshida with pretty great goal, you know. Of course, this was pretty simple finish, and probably, of course, we're not going to manage to find our first win. I'm so desperate. I don't know what to do. So that they're not going to do it just because it's going to be too much in one match. Of course, this is the end of this match, and we win only 2 points in 3 matches. This is fucked up thing. This is the biggest mistake that I can do, and actually this is the new animations that I actually don't manage to show you before that. But of course this was pretty undeserved result that something actually don't deserve to find the equalizer, but of course they actually take their chances for difference for our team. Of course pretty equal match, you know. This is the only thing that should be said right now. The match is pretty equal, and probably I'm gonna say again that they don't deserve it, no matter that the situation are the same. Of course we are on 14 place. We are so down on the table. This is ridiculous. Manchester United actually have goal difference 1-on-1 right now. 4 matches, 0 wins, 3 draws and 1 loss. Of course, only with Real Madrid actually managed to beat them. Of course, this was on penalties, which of course I don't have actually the official win right now this season. Of course, against Real Madrid, of course it was not going to be enough. It's going to be probably the closest moments of the transfer window. Of course, I'm going to continue. I'm going to close the transfer window once and for all, just because I don't want to buy any other players. It's going to be enough good. And of course, this thing not catch me unprepared. Of course, I don't have any of my players that they are all on the team of the month, just because my players played so weak, and they actually disappoint me so much. Of course, this is enough to not be there, which of course is going to be enough. And of course, this is going to be epic, believe me. The second episode what I'm talking about, the 4th probably. Of course, it's all the transfers that I actually don't manage to take. Of course, this is going to be an animation that we're going to skip, just because I don't want to make the video so long. Of course, it's going to be a match against Barcelona. It's going to be epic, and the next match is going to be against Buri. Okay guys, see, of course this video actually, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to hit that like button as hard as you possibly can, and until next time, bye bye.